Hello everybody, it's the Elevator and Airplane Finder here and welcome back to another video. I am bringing to you guys another airport update for December of 2022. And as you can tell by the background, it's the holiday season, so the shop has been fully decorated, as you can see. Gotta get into the festive spirit, am I right? But that's not the purpose of this video because today we're coming to you with another airport update. And as you can probably see, the airport is not as busy as yesterday, or last month rather, but there's still quite a lot of scheduled departures because it's the holiday season and people are traveling more. But one big thing about this airport update is that the South Campus Airport has just received a major upgrade, which you will see a little later into the video. But we're first going to focus with the main campus airport. So with that said, let's go ahead and get right into this. So to begin, we have this American 737-800 in the AirCal Hedridge livery. This is preparing to take off runway 2 and it'll be heading off to Dallas DFW. Behind it, we have an American 787-8. This will be heading off to Madrid, Spain. Then behind it, we have a Delta 737-800. This is about to head off to Salt Lake City. And then we have a Southwest 737-700 in the New Mexico 1 livery with no winglets. This is ready to head off to Albuquerque. And here we have a JetBlue A321neo. This has just landed from Boston. And here we have a Southwest 737-700 in the Triple Crown 1 livery. This is ready to take off. It's just got to wait in the line. But this will be heading off to Chicago Midway. And if we come over here, we have this American Eagle E175. This is just now leaving its gate right there, and it will be heading off to Washington, D.C.A. So now let's go ahead and do the Delta section. We have a Delta MD-90 right here. This is just sitting at its gate. I estimate it might be leaving in around 2 hours for Atlanta. We have a Delta 757-300, which has just landed from Los Angeles. And then we have a Delta A350-900, which will be boarding hopefully in 45 minutes. It will be heading off to Paris Charles de Gaulle. Here we have a Delta 767-300ER. This has just pulled into its gate because it just landed, and it came in from Los Angeles, I think. This also came in from Los Angeles, I feel like. Yeah. And there's an empty gate. That's where the Delta 737-800 came from. But now let's do the international terminal. So here we have an Aeromexico 787-8. This should be boarding hopefully soon. It'll be heading off to Mexico City. Excuse me. We got a Vietnam 787-9. This is going to be boarding hopefully in an hour. It'll be heading off to Hanoi. We have a Hawaiian A330-200, which is just sitting at its gate right now. It should be boarding in a few hours. It'll be heading to Honolulu. We have an Air China 777-300ER. This will be boarding hopefully in 45 minutes. It'll be heading off to Beijing. Air Canada 777-200LR. This is going to be boarding in 2 hours maybe. It'll be heading off to Montreal. Qantas A380. This has just finished deboarding and it is resting for its flight back out to Sydney, Australia. And here we have an Aer Lingus A320, which is about ready to push back. It just completed boarding. It'll hopefully be pushing back soon for Shannon, but it's going to make 2 stops, one in Boston and one in Reykjavik, Iceland, for fuel. And then we have a Cathay Pacific 747-400, which is now getting loaded up, as you can see. Fuel, bags, passengers, and it is going to be taking off hopefully in 45 minutes, and it'll be heading off to Hong Kong. Now let's do domestic terminal number 2. Starting with the Alaska section, We have an Alaska 737-900ER. This will be boarding hopefully in like 20 minutes for Seattle. We have an Alaska 737 MAX 9 in the Orca livery. This will be boarding around the same time as that one. This one will be heading off to Anchorage. We have a 737-700 by Alaska. This is going to be boarding hopefully in like 30 minutes, rather. This is going to be heading to Portland. And then we have an Alaska A321neo, which will be boarding in around an hour, and it'll be heading off to San Francisco. All right, 2 empty gates. We have an American 777-200ER. This is just sitting here at the moment. I bet it'll be boarding in like an hour and a half for Buenos Aires, Argentina. Empty gate. American 757-200. This should be pushing back soon. It'll be heading off to Charlotte. And then American 767-300ER. This just pulled into its gate. It just landed from Miami. All right, that concludes domestic terminal number 2. Now let's head to domestic terminal number 1, bigger and better, which houses Southwest and United. So we have this United 737 MAX 9, which is getting ready to pull into its gate because it just landed from Houston. We have a United 757-200, which is just about ready to push back. It's literally going to be pushing back maybe in like 5 minutes, and it'll be heading off to San Francisco. It's just got to wait for this one to clear the way, and there's a plane over there pushing back. Here we have a United 777-200ER. This is sitting at its gate. It might be boarding in like an hour. It'll be heading off to Honolulu. We have a United Express Q400, which is currently pushing back, and it'll be heading off to Newark Liberty. United 737-900ER in the Eco Skies livery. This should be boarding in like 45 minutes for Denver. United Express E170. This will be boarding hopefully in like 2 hours. It did end up getting delayed unexpectedly. So it's going to be taking off probably over an hour late, actually. But this is going to be heading off to Chicago O'Hare. All right, now let's do the Southwest terminal. As you can see, they got the most gates. We will start over here with Florida 1. This is going to be pushing back soon. It'll be heading off to Tampa. 2 empty gates. We have Southwest 737-700 in the Colorado 1 livery. This is going to be pushing back hopefully soon. It'll be heading off to Baltimore. Southwest 737-800 in the Canyon Blue colors. This will be boarding in maybe like 30 minutes. It'll be heading off to Phoenix. Southwest 737-800 new colors. This will be pushing back maybe in like an hour. It'll be heading to Las Vegas. Southwest 737-800. This is going to be boarding maybe in like an hour and a half for Orlando. And then Southwest 737 MAX 8. This is just sitting at its gate right now. It just finished deboarding, actually, because it landed earlier from Sarasota, but its next flight will be heading out to Houston Hobby, I think. Actually, no. This is heading out to Oakland. Yeah, this is heading to Oakland. Yeah. All right, so that pretty much covered everything at this airport. Now let's go see what the new South Campus Airport renovation is about. Welcome to the brand new South Campus Airport. As you can see, quite a lot has happened here since the last airport update, because look what happened. It seems as if FedEx has taken over. Look at this. They just built a new hub at this airport. How shocking is that? They just totally took out the divider, and now these 2 hangars are a part of the FedEx hangar. Well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys the truth. Since I now live in Indianapolis, where FedEx has a major hub at the Indianapolis airport, I got inspired to start my own FedEx hub because it made perfect sense considering I now live in Indianapolis, where FedEx has a major hub here. And so I got my hands on 4 new FedEx models, all of which are 1/400 scale. The 777 is still here, but otherwise I have pretty much my own FedEx hub now with these 5 planes. And it's pretty nice, especially considering FedEx models in general are pretty hard to find, especially in certain scales. So I'm happy I was able to get my hands on those 4 over there. But with that said, let's go ahead and see what we got going on, because today is a weekday. It's Tuesday the 13th when I'm filming this, and typically FedEx hosts flights in the middle of the night, and all these flights are going to be taking off at around the same time. But let's just see what we got. We have the 777F. This is going to be heading off to Anchorage. And then we have the MD-11, which this will be heading off to Oakland. And then we have an ATR 72-600F. This is going to be making a flight out to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I know that they typically operate the 72-212 or 42-300F on this route. However, I could not find any of those online, so this is what I had to settle with. It's close enough, and plus it's an ATR 72, which is typically operated. But the weird thing is that this is actually an international aircraft. It has an international registration. I need to find out what country it's based in, but I'm guessing it might be from Ireland based on the flag. I can't remember my flags very well, so I apologize in advance for that. But I do know for a fact that this is international because it's got an international registration. This was the closest I could get, but the ATR 72 is still a cool aircraft. And here's one I've been most excited about. This is the 767-300F. This is going to be making a flight out to Denver. And then we have a 757-200F. This is going to be heading out to Oklahoma City. So that basically covered, I guess, my mini hub for FedEx at the South Campus Airport. Obviously, there's still one runway because I can't fit more than one at this airport. But the hangar way down here is pretty much used for everything else. That's either commercial or private. And as you can see, I got these 2 planes just sitting here, but otherwise the hangar is totally empty. FedEx has just taken over. And they even got their own sign. But yeah, this is a new FedEx hub. I'm excited for what it is going to bring to these future airport updates. So I hope you all like this new hub. All right, people. So with all this said, I think this is going to wrap up this airport update. I hope you all enjoyed this because I put a lot of work into getting the new FedEx hub up and running. It cost a lot of money because FedEx models in general are pretty rare. So this was definitely a pricey project, but it was definitely worth every penny. And now I got my own FedEx hub, and it works out perfectly since I now live in Indianapolis, where FedEx has a major hub at the Indianapolis International Airport. So I decided to get inspired and build my own. No, it's not meant to replicate the hub at Indy Airport, but this is the best I could do. And I took out the whole divider for those 2 hangars and just made it one giant hangar. But yeah, that's the big thing that's changed for the South Campus Airport. The main campus airport otherwise is exactly the same. Not much to say about it, but it is still relatively busy. But with that said, I hope you all enjoyed this airport update. I put a lot of work into it. And thank you all so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. I will see you all in the next video. Bye, everybody, and happy holidays.